welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's story time. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and turn on your post bell notifications. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. I gotta tell y'all about the time that I almost had to do something to somebody. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. I don't know, but let's get into it. So Daryl is in this video, and if you don't know who Daryl is, you gotta go back and watch what he was in. A few story times, most specifically I think I titled that 2-part series like She Had Me or something like that. If I can, I don't think I'm gonna be able to like link it because YouTube be doing something weird where like the older my videos are, I can't, like, it's not an option for me to put it like as a thing in a video. I don't know, I'm gonna do something. I just got so sidetracked. If you don't know who Daryl is, go back and find out who Daryl is. I'm gonna probably link it in the description. If you do know who Daryl is, you follow me. Daryl's in this story time, and the girl that we are going to be talking about that was dealing with Daryl, we're gonna call her Cheyenne. Nowhere near her real name. I should use her real name, but whatever. So this was during the time that I was, of course, staying with Devin, and he had 3 other roommates. If you're not new here, you already know how that go. So Daryl used to be in the streets for real. Daryl used to be in the streets really bad, and he was a player. I ain't even gonna hold you. There's no other way to put it. He was a player, and he used to have girls in that apartment like clockwork. Like, it might be one girl there this morning, but it's not gonna be the same girl that you see later on that night. Like, it was really, really like clockwork. But when he was in a relationship, he was in a relationship. That's all I'm gonna say. Whatever. Long story short, Daryl used to have plenty of girls in and out of this apartment. So many girls to the point where, like, I wouldn't even, like, I'm not gonna, you know, be all buddy-buddy with the girls. Like, you only here for a few hours. There's no point in me even trying to get to know you, build a relationship with you, nothing. Like, I just mind my business. Because I used to be that type to where, like, ooh, who is this? Like, da-da-da. Anyways, so he started bringing this one girl around, and she was there, like, couple days in a row. So I'm like, okay, like, what's going on here? Like, and I still, you know, minding my business. The only time we would interact is like if I would be in the kitchen cooking and her and Daryl would be walking in the apartment, and they gotta walk past the kitchen to get to his room, and I would just be like, oh, hey bro, and I would just speak to her like, hi. Everything fine, everything cool. She would speak back. It was no like weird energy. She not being weird to me, I'm not being weird to her. Cool. Or like, say, because Daryl and Devin's room, you know, like was right next to each other, and they shared a bathroom. So I would be like coming out of the bathroom, and she would be opening Daryl's door to come in the bathroom, and I would just be like, oh, I'm done in here, like, you good girl, stuff like that. Like, really no conversations for real, for real. I also want to mention that when all of this happened, Devin was not at the apartment at all. He used to go back home during the summertime to visit his family for like a part of the summer. So for like this whole month, he was not here when any of this transpired, right? So it's turning into, like, at this point, I think Shorty done been at the apartment for like 4 days now. Cool. Nothing is happening. I'm minding my business. She minding her business. Everything cool. When Daryl would leave to go to work, she would leave. Whenever Daryl would come back, she would come back. But now I'm noticing Daryl, because he used to have like this job where he had to get up like really early in the morning to go to work. Now I'm noticing he's leaving her at the apartment when he's going to work, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's your business. You pay rent here just like everybody else. Like, what you do is your business, right? But this is when it starts to become a problem. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong for reacting like this, which I don't feel like I'm wrong, but y'all tell me if y'all wrong or like how y'all would have reacted in this situation. So let's say this like the 4th day she's been at the apartment, right? Keep in mind, I'm in summer school and I have a job. But my classes are not early in the morning, and when I'm, like, because I'm in school, I don't have to go to work till like later on in the afternoon or evening. Why am I getting woken up out of my slumber at like 6 a.m. y'all? 6:30, 6:45, 7 a.m. to loud talking on the phone. Okay? Now, okay, maybe she's just unaware. You know, some people are really unaware of their surroundings. Like, they don't have common sense when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it slide. Like, this one time and this one time only. Didn't say nothing, didn't bring it up to nobody, didn't say nothing to Devin, didn't say nothing to nobody. Second day. She's on the, it's literally like clockwork. Like, she wakes up at 6 a.m. to talk loud on the phone. Like, I'm talking about laughing, like the person on speakerphone, off speakerphone, on speakerphone. And then she starts to play music. Now, at this time, it was 8 people, well, 7, because Devin was gone, in this apartment, because Daryl was bringing her over, and then the other 2 roommates, they had girlfriends. So you're not the only person in this apartment. You do not live here. You are somebody's guest. Why are you playing music? Like bachata music. Like why are we playing music at 6 o'clock in the morning, coupled with you talking very loudly on the phone? So this is second day this has happened. Now I'm getting kind of irritated. And I'm like, okay, do I say something? Like, I don't want to seem like a bitch. Like, I don't know what to do. So I'm telling Devin. So he's like, you want me to say something to Daryl? You want me to, like, call him, da-da-da. And this is why it hurt me so bad when Daryl fell out with me and Devin, because I had such a good relationship, such a close relationship with Daryl. Like, I was so cool with him. I didn't need to go through Devin. Like, I could say something to him myself, right? So I'm like, nah, I'm going to probably just talk to him when he come home from work or whatever. For whatever reason, it slipped my mind that day, right? So now we're on the 3rd day, which really is like the 5th day or whatever I said in total that she's here. But like the 3rd day that this is going on, right? Or like the 6th. I don't know. Whatever. Here we go again. So I'm like, okay. It's early in the morning. I know Daryl's not here. It slipped my mind for whatever reason. I probably like got home from work really late. He was probably already in his room with the door closed. I don't want to like knock and then she in there and I make a big awkward thing, whatever. So this morning I wake up to loud talking, music, same thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go knock on the door and just, you know, ask her if she can like turn it down a little bit, because I'm still trying to sleep. I get up out of the bed, open the door, go next door, knock on the door. And I didn't even like bang on the door like boom, 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 boom. Like, I knocked. Like, where it's like a polite knock, but it's still loud. Like, you can hear. Like, you obviously know. Like, I'm knocking. The door is not that thick. Like, you can hear. You know what I'm saying? And the music was loud, but it wasn't loud enough to where, like, you could not hear nobody knocking on this door, right? So I'm knocking. She's still on the phone. And this is how I know she was like blatantly ignoring me, because she would be talking and then I would knock and then it would be silent, like just the music playing in the background, and then I would stop knocking and she would go back to talking. So I would give it a few seconds and then I knock again and she stopped talking. So I'm like, okay, this bitch hears me. So I'm like, okay, maybe she don't know like who this is at the door. Like, maybe she thinks it's one of the guy roommates. Like, I don't know, maybe she just feels uncomfortable coming to the door, whatever. So I go back in the room and I knock on the wall. Do y'all know, hold on, do y'all know that this girl turned up the music? Turned up the music. It's like 6:28 in the morning. Turns up the music. I'm pissed. So I get to calling Devin. I'm waking him up. I'm up. She done woke me up. Now I'm finna wake your ass up. So I'm like, this got me up. Like, I'm trying to like keep my composure. I'm trying to keep my cool. But she got me so up right now. Like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, who the fuck does she think she is? Like, da-da-da. Like, I'm popping my shit. Because rightfully so. I'm mad as hell. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? So he like, I'm gonna say something. And apparently Devin was not the only one saying something to Shorty, because they had like a group chat, obviously, All the friends did. And they all were saying something. So the other two roommates were already like texting Daryl, and Devin just joined in on it. Like, yeah, Lauren just called me and said da 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 da. Like, she tried to talk, or she tried to knock on the door. The girl was ignoring her, blah blah blah. So all of them are saying something because everybody's up at this point. What are you doing? Literally, what the f are you doing? So Daryl is so irritated. And keep in mind, I don't know if I've said this in the past, but Daryl is such a non-confrontational type of person. He does not get into arguments. He does not. I've never ever heard Daryl raise his voice. He does not get into any type of conflict. Like, that's just not his style. That's not his vibe. Like, he's very like cool, calm, collected, laid back. He don't say too much. He talk, he laugh, he like a good time. Like, Daryl is not like drama filled, you know what I'm saying? So just imagine how irritated he had to be because he left work. He left work and came back home, right? This was still early in the morning. So at this point, it's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning now. Still very early, but you know, a little bit later than when this started or whatever. So they said whatever they said to him in the group chat, and whatever they said made him want to come home from work. He said whatever he said to her. And after that day, because I didn't even get a chance to talk to Daryl like about it. Like, he said, like, I called Devin texted the group chat, Daryl handled the situation. Like, I was just gonna tell him, like, I'm not even trying to, you know, like, be bitchy or nothing like that, but like, that's very inconsiderate because she doesn't live here. Like, that's your company, and like, you know, I've been getting woken up out of my sleep 3 days in a row. Like, I don't like that, because I'm one of the type of people, like, I'm not a light sleeper, I don't think, but when somebody wakes me up, it's very, very, very hard for me to go back to sleep. And I hate that so much. So, like, I'm not a morning person already, but when you wake me up out of my sleep and I know I could get, like, at least an hour or two more of sleep and you stop that, I'm in a bad mood. I don't like that. I don't like that. Sometimes I'm a morning person. Most times I'm not, though. So I didn't even get a chance to chop it up with him and say whatever. Like, he handled the situation, y'all. After this day, never saw the girl again. Never, ever, ever saw the girl again, okay? Never saw her again. And I kind of, like, no, I'm not going to say I felt bad, but I'm thinking, like, damn, I wonder if he, like, made it seem like, oh, like, I'm the one who said something, or like all the roommates complained, or like I wonder how that conversation went. Like, I wonder if she feels some type of way. But like, even if you do feel some type of way, like, you don't come to somebody else's house doing that. Like, girl, what? Manners. Like, what? I would never go to nobody's house and play like that. 6 o'clock in the morning? Are you asking to get your ass beat? Like, what? Also, a little side note, this don't got nothing to do with the story, but I feel like it's kind of relevant information, just because, like, this bitch really tried me, and I'm just gonna spill the tea. I'm just gonna tell it all. I'm gonna tell it how it is. So, like I said, shorty was over there probably in total for like a week. Okay, like a whole week. She was coming to the apartment consistently, sleeping there consistently for like a whole week. Never, ever, ever, never, not one time, God strike me down right now if I'm lying, never, ever, ever saw this girl take one shower. Well, not see her, but, you know, see her, hear her. Go in the bathroom and take one shower, y'all. Never heard the shower run. Never heard the shower turn on. Never heard the shower curtain go back. Never seen a towel. Never seen nothing, right? For a literal whole 7 days, okay? However, because, you know, like, I live in an apartment with all guys. The cleaning, it's not bad. It could be better. So I'm always I'm clean. I'm a cleanly person. I like to clean up my living space. So I'm always cleaning up the bathroom. I know what's in the bathroom. I know what's out of place. I know what's, you know, normally in here, what's not supposed to be in here, shit like that, right? So probably after like the second day she here, I go in the bathroom and I'm noticing this smell. And if you a female, you know, like, you know what certain body parts smell like, right? And it's this smell, like, I'm just like, I know it ain't me. I'm getting the smelling around, like, what is this god awful smell? It was really, really bad, y'all. Like, the smell was terrible. I'm not gonna go into detail about what it smelled like, but if you a girl, I just want you to, like, use your common sense, use your context clues. Just know yeah. So I'm like, what is that smell? What is that smell? I could never pinpoint where the smell was coming from. I just know every time I go in the bathroom, I smell this smell. But I know it's not me. So let's just say that was on, like, the second day. Like, the fourth day, she was there. Like I said, our only interactions, y'all, literally our only interactions was whenever they would come in the house or whatever, and I would say hey to Daryl, and then she would just get a hey by default, or I'm coming out the bathroom and she would be like, you done in there? And I'll be like, yeah. So one time she was in the bathroom and I needed to pee. And I heard, like, the sink was on and shit like that, and she talking on the phone and blah, blah. I know she doing whatever she doing at the sink. Maybe she brushing her teeth, like, wetting her hair, whatever. She doing something at the sink. So, oh, I'm literally talking too fast. Hold on. Before that, I'm literally talking too fast. I noticed the smell. Then I noticed it's this crunchy ass washcloth in the bathroom, right? Like, because Daryl used to, we never used to keep our stuff in the bathroom, like our towels and stuff. Daryl used to keep his towel and his washcloth on the little towel rack in the bathroom. That's cool because it's little, that's all you. I noticed this washcloth next to his stuff, and it was very, like, crunchy and dry. Like, I don't know where this washcloth came from. I don't know, like what is it used for? Like, I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's crunchy looking, right? So when I'm noticing this smell, I just happen to, I don't smell the actual washcloth, but I smell, like, in the direction of the washcloth, and that's where the smell coming from. Like, it was so strong and so stink, right? So I know this washcloth, this is where the stink is coming from, right? So like I said, she was at the sink or whatever doing what she was doing, come out the bathroom, and then I noticed that the washcloth was wet. Like, she had just used the washcloth. And y'all know when something smells bad, whenever it gets wet, like, the smell amplifies like times 100. So, but now the whole bathroom smelled like this smell. So I'm like, she just took a whole bath. And that's what she must have been doing. Why would you just sit up here and wash your coochie cat in the sink when you could have just hopped your ass in the shower? And why do the washcloth smell like that after you just got done? Like, if 1 + 1 is 2 and 2 + 2 is 4, why am I getting 19? The math is not mathing. The math is literally not mathing. The whole bathroom smells so bad. Why are you washing up in the sink? Babe, if you needed a towel or something, I got you. If you needed some body wash, I got you. There's literally no excuse. Literally, there's no excuse for why you was washing up in this sink. I couldn't even go in the bathroom and pee or do whatever I had to do, y'all. It was so, like, I had to let it air out. So, now, fast forward back to Daryl came home, said whatever he said. Never seen the girl ever again at the apartment. Well, she never came back for Daryl. Like, that was done. So I'm cool. Like, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I didn't get a chance to say nothing. It is what it is, though. I'm glad I'm not getting woken up at 6 o'clock a.m. no more. I'm sleeping till like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm waking up rejuvenated because I got all my beauty rest. Like, nobody is interrupting that. Like, I'm cool, right? So, y'all, now keep in mind, it ain't never no beef for real with me. I mean, like, I could count on my one hand how many times I've really had, like, static with a female, and it was, like, very valid reasons on why. 9 times out of 10, a bitch say she beef with me, you're beefing by yourself, because I literally don't care that much. Literally don't. It's been about 2-3 weeks since this incident has happened, right? 2-3 weeks, I'm not thinking about this girl. This girl does not cross my mind. I don't even know the girl name at this point in time, literally. So one day I'm on Twitter. This was when we was on Twitter real heavy. I'm on Twitter and somebody retweeted one of her tweets onto my timeline, and that just made me, like, click on the girl page for whatever reason. I had no specific reason to click on it. I'm not going to look for nothing or nothing, but y'all know what they say, like, well, no, because I wasn't going to look for nothing. I just was clicking on it just to be nosy, actually. I click on this bitch page. This is selling the fuck out. Selling the fuck out. And keep in mind, this happened 2-3 weeks ago. She is selling out. Like, bitch this, bitch that. A bitch thinks that just because she lived with her nigga, that make her a wife. Keep in mind, Devin was my whole fiance at this point. A bitch thinks that she lived with her nigga, that make her a wife. You ain't know. It was like, I can't remember verbatim what it was saying, but she was selling out, like subtweeting me, like for like 20 tweets, bro. Like, I'm down her page, like, you wake up with me on your mind. You wanted me to see this shit. But to me, it's like, if it's not directed towards me, if you couldn't put a name on it, if you couldn't put an at on it, leave that shit on the playground. Because you're not talking to me. You're not directing shit at me. So, I'm telling Devin, and y'all, at this time, before, like, I had an open case. This was before all the charges was dropped against me. Shit was wiped off my record, all of that. But I had an open case. Like, I had charges pending against me. Meaning, I cannot get into no not verbal altercations, but I can't get into no fights. I can't do nothing. Because I'm going to go to jail. Like, I can't do none of that. So, he's like, no, we're not doing none of that. Leave it alone. So what? So what? She said what she said. Like, da. But me, the petty in me just could not let that go. Like, I couldn't let it, like, it just was not sitting well with me. Because I don't understand why you got pressure with me when I didn't even say anything to you. I was trying to, but I wasn't going to say anything like bad or like have an attitude with you or be aggressive or nothing. Like, I was just going to ask you politely, can you please turn the music down? Can you please keep it down? Like, I'm trying to sleep. My room is right next to Daryl's room. Like, hello? So, like I said, she never added me, never put nothing, was just sneak dissing, subbing me, whatever. I go to my page, I make a new tweet, I at her, and I just simply said, you good? With like 5 question marks. Because are you good? Like, are you okay? Do you want to get something off your chest, or do you want me to let you speak your piece? Like, what is it? I'm very confused. Never heard a peep from that girl. Never. She never, ever, ever said anything to me, y'all. Never. Never, ever. So I made that, and that was what it was. Like, at this point, if you want to say anything to me, I'm all ears. I'm literally all ears. Nothing. Silence. The subtweets did stop. After I made that tweet, though, she didn't tweet nothing else about me. So, let's say another week goes by. So, in total, this is like a whole 3-4 weeks later, y'all. Like, another week goes by. So, I'm just at the apartment one day chilling. I'm on the phone with Devin. I'm literally on FaceTime with Devin. So, we talking, and I hear like boom, 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 boom at the door, like the police knocking. And normally, I don't go to the door because that's not my company. My nigga not even here. And wait, y'all. What's that? I just thought about something. It's not relevant though, my bad. So, boom, 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 boom at the door. I'm not going to the door. It's not my company. My nigga not even here. I don't tell my friends to come over here. Like, that's not for me. So, I'm out of my business. So, I'm like, I wonder if I'm the only person here. But then I'm like, no, I can't be the only person here because there's somebody clearly at the door. That's somebody's company. That's not mine. Boom, 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 boom. Like, they knocking the door down. Like, knock, knock, knock. Boom, 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 boom. Like the police. So, like, 2-3 minutes go by. They still knocking. It goes silent for a second. And then boom, 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 boom. So, I guess somebody else was there. Maybe they was asleep or, like, they couldn't hear at first or whatever went on. But somebody went to the door and let these people in. These people that I don't know at the time. So, then I hear girl voices. So, I'm like, okay, that's somebody's company for sure. Like, I live with all guys. Like, obviously, this is somebody's company. There's girls in and out this apartment all the time. So, I hear like loud talking, like commotion. So I'm on FaceTime with Devin, like, ooh, they get like somebody out there, like they getting into it. Like, I hear like something, bitch this, bitch that, like where that bitch at, and da da da. So I'm like, ooh. Not even knowing nothing at the time. So I'm like, ooh, like, babe, they getting into it. they out there like, I don't know, they looking for somebody. So I hear the voices start coming towards this side of the apartment. Now keep in mind, Daryl is not here. I'm the only one on this side of the apartment. I don't know about the other 2 roommates. I don't know if their girlfriends are there, but they on, like, their stuff is on the other side of the apartment. There's no reason why people should be coming to this side of the apartment, right? And also, I used to stay in the room with the door closed and locked because I don't even play like that. Literally don't even play like that. So I'm on FaceTime with Devin like, hold on. Because the voice is getting kind of louder. And then I hear Cheyenne talking. Cheyenne was Spanish and she had like a very distinctive voice. Like she didn't have an accent or anything, but from the little bit of time that I did like hear her and Daryl like talking, like when they was like out in the living room or in the kitchen or whatever, like I knew like that was her voice. So I hear it's Cheyenne and another voice. So they like, where that bitch at? Where that bitch at? Me? Am I the bitch? I know y'all not talking about me. So at this time, y'all, I had just gotten a brand new taser. I would never forget this. I had just gotten a brand new taser. I was itching to use that shit. I was itching to use that bitch. Trust me when I say I was itching. Itching. Please give me a reason. Please. So Devin on FaceTime like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know, but we finna find out. So I go to my purse. I take out that taser and I'm like, I know bitches don't think that they finna come to the apartment and try to jump me. Bitch, you getting tased with the left hand and you getting bopped with the right. I wish the fuck y'all would come up here and jump me. Oh, give me a reason. I know I said like I still had shit pending against me. But at that point, like when you in the heat of the moment, you don't think rationally. I'm not even thinking about like, oh, I can't get in trouble. I can't do, no. No. No, 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 no. Because who is the bitch that you up here looking for? I'm looking for the bitch too. Because I don't know who you talking about. You not talking about me. So Devin on FaceTime like, I'm going to call you right back. I'm finna call Daryl. I'm finna call Daryl. So like I said, Daryl is not there. And when Daryl used to go to work, he used to close and lock his door. So they banging on the door like thinking he in there just not coming out. Keep in mind, nobody ever knocked on my door. Nobody ever knocked on my door. They outside of in the hallway outside of the door talking all loud like, where that bitch at? I bet that bitch won't say that shit to my face. Say what to your face? Are you good? So I'm going to, you know, like unlock the door and shit. At this point, Devin had like called me back or whatever. He was like, no, do not go to that door, Lauren. I'm not playing with you. Don't you go to that door, da da da. So I'm just sitting like I'm standing on the other side of the door, like in the room on the other side of the door with the taser in my hand. The shit is turned on and Devin in my other hand on FaceTime. So I'm like, it's whatever. Like, it's whatever. I don't unlock the door. I unlocked the door to let bitches know, yeah, I'm in the room. I want you to bust through this shit. I did not go outside, but I definitely did. Like, and I unlocked that shit like hella like dramatic and loud. So you know, like, okay. Because if y'all really wanted to do something, y'all came looking for trouble, that's exactly what I'm going to give you. And you going to regret trying to come up to this apartment, y'all trying to punk me. I was itching to use that shit. So the other roommates is there. I can't remember if their girlfriends was there or not, but I know for sure the other 2 roommates was there. They trying to like calm down the situation, like y'all got to get up out of here with that. No, we not doing that. Like y'all got to go. They was not trying to go. Daryl came wherever he was at. I don't know if he was at work. He just was not at the apartment. Devin trying to see what's going on. He back and forth FaceTiming me, calling them, trying to see what's going on with the situation. Like, Lauren in there with the taser. Like, tell them they got to go. Da, da, da. So, Daryl handled the situation. They get the girls out of the apartment. I come outside. I still got the taser in my hand, y'all. I still got that shit on, like, ready. Like, I'm ready to use that shit. So, the other guys was like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, because, yeah, it could really be like that. They like, man, go put that shit up. Like, turn that shit off. Like, no, we not doing that. Like, nobody was going to touch you, blah, blah. So, after that, I guess it was beef. Now, it really is a little bit of beef because why would you try to come to this apartment with your homegirl like you was really going to do some shit and you didn't do nothing? Never said nothing. Like, still to this day, y'all. Still to this day. The girl has literally directly never said anything to me. Ever. Ever. But you brought your home. Like, what? Both of y'all can get it at the same time. I don't care. Line that shit up. I do not care. What? What? So after that, it was what it was. When you see me, keep that same energy. You the one with the problem. I'm the one that's going to solve it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it is what it is. I rarely ever seen her on campus or anything like that. But I do have another story time to tell about her friend. And she deserves her own story time, because when I say this bitch went out of her way to make it a problem with me, she went out of her way. And I don't know if I'm going to tell that in my next story time, or I'm going to just give it to y'all eventually. But yeah, just know this drug out for like a few months actually. It was not even that deep to me. I did not care that much. I never had an issue with the girl other than the fact that you was doing what you was doing in the apartment, and I didn't like that. But I was not going to come at you aggressively. Like, it is what I mean when I say girls in Florida, but specifically Orlando, they're so weird. Like, they're so weird. Like, I never met people, like, we're grown adults, right? Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to communicate something to you that I don't like. And like, now all of a sudden it's beef just because you don't like what I said, or I got a problem with something that you did. Like, now it's beef, or now you got to fall out with somebody, or now you want to fight them, or now, like, all of this negative stuff. Like, never ever ever have I met a generation with such, like, I don't even know the word to use. Like, so because I'm telling you that I don't like, or I was trying to tell you that I don't like that you came to this apartment and was playing music at 6 a.m. and talking on the phone, on speakerphone at 6 a.m. I don't like that. Now you got a problem with me, and now you want to bring your homegirl, and y'all was trying to jump me? Oh, okay. Cool. It is what it is. Like, so that's what it was, and that's not the end of it. Y'all will get that story time about her friend eventually, I guess. It was just a lie, and then I couldn't really do what I want. That's another story time. But yeah, y'all, so that was the time that Cheyenne and Cheyenne's sidekick almost got fried like a turkey in the air fryer on Thanksgiving. I hope y'all don't put turkeys in the air fryer on Thanksgiving. Maybe you do. I don't know. Yeah, that was that they was finna get fried up like some beef jerky. I don't know what to tell you, cause yeah. Don't play with me. Tell me what you would have did in this situation. Tell me if I was wrong. Tell me if maybe I could have gone about something a different way. Like, tell me what you think. Comment that down below. Let me know. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you so much, but you already knew that. Give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, comment down below. Make sure your post bell notifications are turned on, and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for a brand new confessions video, and then next week for a new story time.